National Hockey League owns the edge. They have won 3 times, while the West has won once. And there has been one tie. In 1969, that tie occurred. It was a 3-3 game. In 1970, the East defeated the West 4-1. In 1971, the West over the East 2-1. In 1972, the East defeating the West 3-2. And last year, the East over the West by a score of 5-4. So the West, Bob, has a little bit of revenge coming up, hoping to win this one tonight to make the series a little bit closer.
Yes, you're absolutely right. This is going to be a keenly contested game. I tell you, the players are very, very serious. If you talk to them, as we had a chance to do at the big dinner last night, they're mighty, mighty serious about this game, and both sides are out here to win it. It's a big game for them.
We're going to have the individual introductions of all of the All-Stars representing the East and the West, and when that is about to occur, we will swing over and pipe that into our microphone so you can hear the names of all of these outstanding players. Outstanding players for a number of years, and also outstanding players in their first All-Star game, and that has got to be a thrill. The minor officials here tonight, Bob Ricando, scorer, and here is the PA and the announcement of the players.
Stadium and the National Hockey League, we welcome you to the 27th Annual All-Star Game. First of all, we are proud to introduce the stars selected from the East Division. From the Montreal Canadians, number 27, playing left wing, Frank Mahavlich. Number 12, playing right wing, Yvonne Cournoyer. Number 16, playing center, Andre Richard. Number 15, playing defense, Larry Robinson. From the New York Rangers, number 2, playing defense, Brad Bart. From the Vancouver Canucks, number 10, playing right wing, Bob Schmott. Number 5, playing defense, Jocelyn Gabermont. From the Buffalo Sabres, number 6, playing left wing, Rick Martin. Number 30, playing goal, Dave Dryden. From the Detroit Red Wings, number 21, playing right wing, Mickey Redmond. Number 11, playing center, Red Berenson. From the Toronto Maple Leafs, number 9, playing center, Norm Allman. Number 18, playing defense, Jim McKinney. From the New York Islanders, number 3, playing defense, Dennis Potvin. Number 19, playing right wing, Ed Westfall. From the Boston Bruins, number 8, right wing, Ken Hodge. Number 14, playing left wing, Wayne Cashman. Number 7, playing center, Phil Esposito. Number 1, playing goal, Gilles Gilbert. And number 20, playing defense, Dallas Smith. The coach of the East Division team from the defending Stanley Cup champions, the Montreal Canadians, their coach, Scotty Bowman. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the East Division All-Stars. And now, the stars of the West Division. From the Pittsburgh Penguins, number 18, playing left wing, Lowe McDonald. Number 4, playing defense, Dave Burrows. From the Philadelphia Flyers, number 1, playing goal, Bernie Ferrant. Number 3, playing defense, Ed Van Emp. Number 14, playing defense, Joe Watson. Number 16, playing center, Bobby Clark. From the Los Angeles Kings, number 12, playing left wing, Bob Berry. From the California Golden Seals, number 17, left wing, Joey Johnston. From the Atlanta Flames, number 9, playing right wing, Al McDonough. From the St. Louis Blues, number 5, playing defense, Barclay Flager. Number 6, playing center, Gary Unger. Number 26, playing defense, Don Orey. From the Minnesota North Stars, number 8, playing right wing, Bill Goldsworthy. Number 22, playing center, Dennis Hexall. And now, from the Chicago Blackhawks, number 2, playing defense, Bill White. Number 7, playing right wing, Dick Martin. Number 10, playing left wing, Dennis Hall. Number 11, playing right wing, Jim Bappen. Number 21, playing center, Stan Mikita. And number 35, playing goal, Cody Esposito. The coach of the West Division team from the defending West Division champion Chicago Blackhawks, their coach, Billy Ray. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the West Division All-Stars.
For the starters for tonight's All-Star game, here's Bob Elston.
Thank you, Lloyd. For the East All-Stars, it's Brad Park of the Rangers and Dennis Potvin of the Islanders on defense. The forward line is an all-Boston line. Phil Esposito, Ken Hodge, and Wayne Cashman. And a goalie also, Gilbert, will be in the net. For the West All-Stars, it's going to be Bill White of the Blackhawks on defense, along with Don Orrery of St. Louis. He used to be with Boston. The forward line, Bill Goldsworthy of Minnesota, Dennis Hall of the Blackhawks, and Bobby Clark, Philadelphia's great center, will be in the middle of that line. And in the net tonight, at least for the first half, and I believe that's the plan, the goalies on both teams, there are two in each, they'll each play a half, is Bernie Perrin of Philadelphia, who has certainly had a fantastic year, Lloyd, for that club.
Yes, he has. He's made the difference in that club, maintaining its fine pace in the Western Division. We were mentioning the minor officials. Bob Andel is the scorer. The game timekeeper is Paul Ruck Sr. The penalty timekeeper is Joe Rice. The goal judges, Bernard Klima and John Trapina. The statisticians, Harold Hurst and Tom Rice. So we're opening with the face-off. The West defending the net to our left, and that, of course, will have Peralta in it. The opening face-off is won by the West. Clark dumps it over the blue line. Goldsworthy coming out, a quick shot, and a save, and Joe Fair pokes it away into the far corner. Right from the opening face-off, Bobby Clark had a good opportunity to score for the West. The puck in the far corner of the East Division. Poked off the far board and led now to Cashman. Cashman inside his blue line, drops it back, and it's thrown to the far side by Potvin and picked up by Park off the far board. Dennis Hall checking for the West. Poked out to center ice. Bill White returns it over the blue line before Clark was able to clear, but the puck went to the East Division, and therefore no whistle on the offside play. Into the West Division, and it's poked away from the slot position into the near corner, and Bill White of Chicago has it. Throws to the far side, and the West starts moving it out. Just underway with the All-Star game. Bobby Clark at center ice. Over the blue line, moving into short right wing position, trying to center, but it was broken up by Potvin and taken by Esposito. He goes behind the net, comes out on the right side. Still Esposito of Boston to his blue line, to the center line, flipping it into the West zone. It goes to the far corner, out of the net. Here's Pernot, pokes it back to the far point. Here's Brad Park, long shot, deflected before it got to the goaltender to the right side. Led short right wing, unable to get a shot away is Cashman. He goes behind the net, wants the center. He's into the near corner, being checked by Nikita, and also Bill White led to Esposito in the slot. Esposito, a quick shot wide to the right side, deflected off the skate, goes to the far board, and Nikita to Dennis Hall, and Dennis Hall dumps it out to center ice. And Brad Park digs for it and pokes it back to the blue line, and Hodge has it for the East. To Cashman on the left wing, he tries to backhand it over the blue line, past Van Impe. He does get it over the blue line, and finally into the near corner, and it skids behind the net. Then picked up and thrown by Johnston up the West along the near board of Berry. Berry out to Nikita at the center line. Nikita leading on the left wing to Dennis Hall over the blue line, dropping it back to Nikita. Can't get the shot away, but Johnston does. But it's wide to the right side and rebounds off the near board to Mahavlich. Over the Hawk blue line on the left wing. Quick pass shot to Esposito, and Esposito shot wide to the right side. And pass behind the net to Mahavlich. Trying to center past Van Impe from behind the net. Can't do it. And the puck is fought for behind the West's net. Now poked into the far corner. Picked up by Mahavlich. Mahavlich a quick pass, and Esposito another shot wide to the right side. Rebounds to the near board, and Robinson puts it behind the net to Hodge. Hodge centers out to Esposito. Can't get the shot away. Makita was checking him. Now Dennis Hall to the center line, to the blue line. Dennis Hall's shot is deflected wide to the right side. Whistle blows offside against the West. Well, the first break for the East, Esposito's had 3 shots on goal, whereas with his first shot, he was off balance. A really good penalty killer has special qualities. He has to be aggressive, yet disciplined. And most of all, he has to dig hard every second. First coming out to bother the point man, then retreating quickly to the slot if a pass goes to the other side of the rink. A really good beer has special qualities, too. So you reach for a Hamm's whenever you can, because Hamm's is born wet and clear, born in the land of sky blue waters. Hamm's, it's the beer you've been looking for. Theodore Hamm's Company, St. Paul, Minnesota. And from the face-off, outside the blue line of the East, a quick shot from the left wing, and a save by Gilbert. The puck in the far corner. Hextall checked out of the way by Guevremont. Loose puck, picked up at the blue line by Cournoyer of Montreal. To the center line, taking outside the blue line, broken up beautifully by Bill White. Bill White comes back to the center line, but he's surrounded by orange shirts. Picked up by Hextall, but poked off of his stick in the slot and taken by Havlich off the near board. Took Guevremont at the blue line of the East, led into the Hawk zone off the near board. Then it skids by to the backboard. Bill White is there to touch it for the West, and there was a washout on the icing. They thought there was an icing call, but there was not. Back comes the West. Hextall to the center line. Hextall over the blue line, leading on the right wing. Goldsworthy couldn't get his shot away. The pass was overlet. Goes behind the net into the far corner, and Cournoyer for Montreal and the East. Leads it out to center ice. Bill White breaks up the play. Throws to Burroughs on the far side. Broken up there along the far board. Still at center ice. Bill White with control of the puck for the West. Poked away from him to Burroughs. Back into the West zone. Burroughs being forechecked by Cournoyer. Almost lost it to it. Taken by Allman off the far board. He tries to pass it to the near corner to Cournoyer. That's broken up by Burroughs. The puck finally kicked to Cournoyer. Short right wing. Leads him. Mahovlich a shot. There we go! Beautiful, beautiful pass by Cournoyer, who picked the puck up loose off the far board. And racing in on the left wing was Frank Mahovlich. Cournoyer hit him perfectly, and Perrott came out trying to cut down the angle, but very casually and calmly, Mahovlich lifted it high over the shoulder into the upper right-hand corner of the net. And the East has taken the lead over the West by a score of 1-0.
Well, as Lloyd Pettit said, he had the goalie at his mercy.
Up from the face-off, Bobby Clark, short right wing, the backhander is wide to the left side. Rebounds to Ollie, far point, puts it into the far corner, deflected away and taken now by the East. It's Berenson, looking deep behind the net, into the near corner. Ahead to Dallas Smith, and Dallas Smith leads to Westfall. Out to the center line, Westfall. A long shot is wide to the right side. Rebounds to Berenson in the far corner, puts it behind the net. Into the near corner and dry to center, but deflected away, and the puck is fought for. Westfall in the near corner, being checked from the rear, and the puck is held in the near corner of the West zone. We'll have a face-off in West ice.
East All-Star goal scored by number 27, Frank Mahovlich. His 8th All-Star goal, assisted by number 12, Yvan Cournoyer, and number 9, Norm Ullman, at 3:33.
Off the face-off, the puck out to center ice. Led to McDonald of the West. Couldn't hold it outside the blue line of the East. Both back into the East zone. McDonald digging for it, being checked by Dallas Smith. And the crowd thought that Dallas Smith should have been penalized for holding or hooking, but there is no call. Now Mickey Redmond has it for the East. Behind the net, comes out of the left side, leads to Dallas Smith off the near board. Led out to center ice. Intercepted by Orley for the West, and he dumps it into the far corner. Rebounds to the stick of Gilbert. And behind the net, taken by Redmond. Redmond leads ahead to Berenson off the far board. And Berenson's pass is out to center ice and Schmotz. And Schmotz dumps it into the West zone. And the left wing, Ed Westfall, puts a backhander behind the net. It goes to the far corner. And taken and the deflection out to center ice. Picked up there by Redmond. He leads, but Pagano intercepts for the West. At the center line, flipping it in. A long shot right onto the stick of Gilbert. Turns it away easily to Schmotz. Bobby Schmotz coming out of the left side as the West was changing on the fly. Martin on the ice, loses his stick as he checks Schmotz. Picked up now by Pappen, and Dennis Hall back to Pappen. A shot, and the save by Gilbert. Pappen centers from the near corner, and is taken away by McKinney. To Harvey Richard at the center line. To the Hawk blue line. Richard with a shot deflected over the crossbar and poked away by Perrott into the far corner. Dennis Hall off the far board. Can't get it away. Picked up by Martin, but stolen by Martin. That's Rick Martin of Buffalo. Stolen by Pitt Martin of Chicago. But the play again is the center ice. Harvey Richard over the Hawk blue line of the left wing. Leading into the slot position. Intended for Martin, but he couldn't get his short shot away. Into the far corner. Stolen away by Pitt Martin of the Blackhawks. Led ahead to Dennis Hull, to Pappen on the left wing, over the blue line. Dennis Hull, a quick shot, a save by Gilbert, no rebound for the West. The puck into the far corner and pulled out of there by the East, Brad Park. He's checked immediately by Pappen, loose puck, picked up by Potvin. Throws it behind the net, to the far board, and Henri Richard to Brad Park. Brad Park has it poked away by Pitt Martin. Led back into the West zone, taken by Potvin to the far side and Brad Park. Brad Park from his blue line, a lead to the center line intended for Richard, and that was broken up by Johnston. Back into the East zone, or rather, yes, the East zone, and picked up there by Park. Park to Henri Richard at his blue line, to the center line. Henri Richard to the Hawk blue line. The Hawk blue line into the near corner. Richard trying to center. He does off the corner of the crease. Loose puck, a shot and a save by Perrott. And back down the West to the center line, to the blue line. Brought over a little bit too late on the pass to Dennis Hull on the left wing, and it's offside against the West. The National Hockey League All-Star Game is coming to you from the Chicago Stadium in Chicago, Illinois. The score, the East 1, the West nothing.
Here's a new combination offer for Blackhawk souvenirs. The team picture and yearbook sell for $1 each. But now, for a limited time, you can have both for a total of $1.50. Also, we have individual 4x6 color pictures of the players. They sell for 25 cents each, or 5 for $1. With any order totaling $2.50,
will send you free of charge a Black Hawk decal. Get your order in soon. The Black Hawk Publicity Department, 1840 West Madison Street, Chicago, Illinois. From the face-off outside the east blue line, the puck to center ice and picked up by Burroughs for the west. Dumps it down to the east zone, to the backboard, taken there by Robinson. Off the backboard, and that came from the west side of the center line to the east side, and that turns out to be an icing call against the West.
We have had just 6 minutes and about 40 seconds played here in the period, and the East leads 1-0, and they came very, very close to getting a second goal. Parent really made a fine play to stop it.
Esposito and Makita facing off to the right of Perrant. Back to Robinson. From near point, a quick shot and a save by Perrant. Pokes it into the near corner, off the near board. Cashman, a quick shot. Deflected away. A rebound to Esposito, and Esposito takes the shot, and Perrant is there again. Well, this is the kind of goaltending, Bob, that this Bernie Perrant has been coming up with for Philadelphia all year long.
Yes, Esposito now has had 5 shots on goal and has not scored.
False face-off in the west zone to the right of Bernie Perrant. Coming up to the 7-minute mark of the first period, 1-0 in favor of the East on a goal by Frank Mahovlich. And the draw in the west zone, taken one by Makita to Bill White to the far corner, and Gary Unger of St. Louis. Unger leads ahead to Makita down the far board. Makita to his blue line. Makita to the center line, winding from center ice. A long shot deflected off a stick and way up over the glass behind Gilbert. Someone has an all-star souvenir.
You know, Lloyd, actually, Parent really wasn't to blame on that first goal. As you explained, that very fine passing play, when Cornway got it to Mihailovic, the left side of the net was wide open. He could have put a basketball in there.
And he could have stood there all night long because he was totally unmolested. There wasn't anybody near him. From the face-off, down into the west zone. Picked up by Barry. Barry goes behind the net. Leads the pass to Unger. Unger to Makita at the west blue line, at the center line. Makita to the blue line of the east. Poked over on the left wing to Unger, into the far corner. Unger tries to center. Poked off the side of the net. Gilbert is out of the net, doing a little stick handling, and gives it off on the far side to Guebremont. Deflected away by Makita. Popped up into the air and almost back to the blue line, and now picked up by Hodge for the east. To Esposito, over the blue line. Leading to Cashman. Back to Esposito, short left wing. Drop back to Robinson. A shot and a save by Perrant. Here's a shot by Guebremont. Another save by Perrant. Beautiful goaltending by Bernie Perrant. A couple of good, solid slap shots, and he was able to kick both of them away. Dumped down to his stick again. He gives it off to Goldsworthy, and Goldsworthy goes behind the net. Bill Goldsworthy, representing Minnesota, gives to Bill White off the near board out to center ice. Given to Hextall, and Hextall dumps it into the near corner of the East Division. It goes behind the net. Goldsworthy into the far corner, wants to center. Comes down the short left wing. His shot is deflected by McKinney. Rebound into the far corner, and Hextall gives to Goldsworthy. Goldsworthy behind the net and led out to Johnston, and Johnston wants to center if he can. He does, but it's broken up by Dallas Smith and taken by Esposito on the pass to Cashman at center ice. Cashman over the Hawk blue line, moving toward the far board, being checked by Barclay Plager, and Barclay Plager breaks up the play, and here comes the West, 3-on-2. Hextall over the blue line, into the slot, dropping it back. Here's the shot, broken up, the rebound is off the crossbar, and deflects to the far side. Oh, the West had a great opportunity, that time by Joey Johnston, but his shot was deflected off the crossbar. The East brings it over the blue line, and the whistle blows. It's offside against the East. We pause 5 seconds for station identification.
This is WMAQ, Chicago.
Well, Lloyd Pettit gave it to you right. I tell you, the West had a great chance, and that hard shot from close in hit the post and bounced out, and now the face-off is going to be just outside the blue line down here in front of it.
And the draw back into the west zone, given to the near side, and Plager off the near board, a lead out to center ice. Taken there and led ahead by Lowell McDonald. Intended for McDonald, but the play broken at the blue line. Picked up by McDonald. Returned into the east zone behind the net. Stopped by Gilbert. To McKinney. McKinney almost lost control of it off the side of the net. Johnston almost had a cheap one from short range beside. Now out to center ice, and Plager backhands it back into the east zone before his teammates were able to clear offside against the West.
Boy, what a great sight it is to see these top-name players of the National Hockey League, these stars, getting on the ice one after another in the annual All-Star Game. Chicago, the host for the game, And the East leads 1-0.
And the face-off between Allman and Clark. The draw back into the East zone. Taken by McKinney. He's out to the center position at the center ice position. Stolen by Bobby Clark. Over the blue line, left wing, a shot. And a save by Gilbert. Clears away into the far corner. McKinney has it. Leads ahead to Allman. Allman out to the center line. Being checked from the rear. Poked away from him. Mahovlich can't handle it off the near board. And it's poked back to the blue line of the East. And Dallas Smith. Dallas Smith along the near board, steals it away. He's over the blue line on the left wing. Dallas Smith leading into the slot. Allman can't handle it. Here's Cournoyer. A shot deflected in front. Loose puck. And it is fallen out, and it is smothered.
Boy, what a dangerous man to have that puck on his stick out there about 15 or 20 feet in front of the net. But he couldn't put it in. The National Hockey League All-Star Game is coming to you from the Chicago Stadium in Chicago, Illinois. The score is 1-0, the East.
The special car designed especially for Chicagoland, especially now, is here. Big enough for a family. Small enough for gas economy. With a white Landau roof. With benches, swivel buckets. With chrome sport wheels. The GMO Cutlass is here. GMO is all you got. You got it better.
Face-off in the west zone. The draw slides all the way back into eastern ice to the far corner, and Brad Park is there. Pokes it behind the net, but the arm was upraised, and that turns out to be an icing call against the West.
So far, the only goal that has been scored in this game was scored by Frank Mahovlich of Montreal. And that's the score, 1-0, as we're within a couple of seconds of the halfway point of the first period.
Allman and Clark on the face-off to the left of Bernie Perron. And the draw, won by no one. Loose puck finally picked up by Clark. Loses control, goes to the far board, checked by Frank Mahovlich. Loose puck to Allman. Allman is spun around on the far corner and taken away. And the West comes back. Led off the near board to McDonough. McDonough's pass broken up by Allman. Allman can't hold it. Picked up by McDonough at center ice to the center line to the blue line. His shot is broken up by Potvin. It goes into the far corner. Poked away by Cournoyer. And trying to pick it up was Brad Park. Couldn't do it. Allman out to center ice. Swept away by Eddie Van Epp. Back to the center line and poked now. Into the west zone. Van Epp backhands it. Trying to get it out of the zone. Can't do it. Potvin and Clark collide. And the loose puck to McDonough. Out to center ice. Picked up by Lowell McDonald. McDonald moving it toward the far board. Drops it back in the right wing over the blue line to McDonough. He's checked in the play and put into the near corner by Potvin. And the loose puck picked up by Allman behind the east net. Led to the near side. Picked up by Potvin. Led out to center ice. Intended for Mahovlich. Broken up by Van Epp. And Van Epp backhands it back into the east zone. Taken by Potvin to the far side and Brad Park. Led to center ice and Normie Allman. Allman's pass is intercepted. Broken up by Pappen. The Potvin picked up by Park at the center line. Park over the Hawk blue line. Wanting to lead in the left wing. He does. Giving to Mahovlich. Mahovlich into the slot to Berenson. And Berenson couldn't get his shot away. We have a penalty coming up against the West. Out of the net, here's Gilbert. 6 skaters on for the East. Into the far corner, Berenson trying to drop it back. Possession now is gained by the East, the West Division, and the first penalty of the game is coming up.
The referee, Art Skov, is skating over to the penalty box now, and we'll have an announcement here shortly. And Pitt Martin of the Chicago Blackhawks has drawn the first penalty of the night. Is it Pitt Martin or the Philadelphia Martin?
West All-Stars penalty, number 7, Pitt Martin, 2 minutes, 4
That's who it is, Pitt Martin.
At 11:17.
He is in the penalty box, and he's drawn the first penalty of the 27th All-Star game. So, with the score 1-0 the East, the West is going to have an advantage in the East territory.
And the face-off will be to the left of Perrott. Quick shot from the face-off by Quavermont and the save by Bernie Perrott. Bill White off the near corner trying to clear. Can't do it. Makita in on the act. Makita gets the backhander and clears it the length of the ice onto the stick of Gilbert. Drops it behind the net to Quavermont. Quavermont standing. Power play hockey now for the Eastern Division. Esposito has the puck coming out of the right side. To his blue line, to the center line. Esposito leading it ahead of the Hawk blue line intended for Kenny Hodge, but he had broken over the line before the puck got there offside against the East.
Incidentally, the teams are attired, the Eastern team in an orange-type uniform and the West in white. It makes a very nice contrast, and it's a beautiful sight here tonight in Chicago. I wish you could all be here with us.
Center ice face-off, and the draw is won by the Eastern Division. Brad Park has it, retreats deeper into his own zone, gives to Guavermont on the far side. Guavermont being forechecked by Gary Unger, thrown into the far corner. Behind the net now to Esposito, who skates it into the near corner. And dropping it back to Brad Park. Park moving it out slowly, leading to the far side at the blue line to Guavermont, to the center line to Esposito, and Esposito tips it over the blue line of the Western Division to the far corner. Burroughs takes forward along with Hodge, poked by Esposito behind the net along the near board. Brad Park trying to get a shot away. Makita steals away and gives to Unger. Here's Unger, one-on-one. Guavermont to beat at the blue line. Unger's shot is broken up by Guavermont and taken by Guavermont. And thrown to the near board of the Eastern Division. Intercepted by Unger. Unger's shot broken up by Brad Park, and the rebound off of Park comes all the way back to the west zone. From Bill White to Burroughs on the far side, led to Unger at center ice. Unger's play is broken, returns it back into the Western Division, killing the clock. 45 seconds left on the penalty. And finally cleared off the far board by Burroughs, but picked up by Guavermont at the east blue line. Led to center ice, picked up by Esposito over the blue line of the west. And he drops it to Park. Here's Park leading in front, and trying the shot was Martin, but he was unable to make connection. The puck to the far point, to Guavermont, to the far side, now to the near point. Here's Brad Park winding a shot, and a save by Perrott. Trying the rebound, but deflected away was Mickey Redmond. Gary Unger with good defensive play. Here's Brad Park with a shot from inside the blue line, wide to the left side, rebounds off the backboard, and out of the net comes Perrott to smother. As Lloyd told you, what a chance Rick Martin of Buffalo had. He was right in front of the net. And the East already leading 1-0. With just under the 7-minute mark left to play in the first period, and there's only been one goal scored by the East, by Frank Mihailovich. But they've come close, as Lloyd has told you, on a number of occasions. 10 seconds remaining on the penalty to Pitt Martin of the West. He went for tripping at 11-17. Face off to the right of Perrott. The draw behind the net picked up by Orley for the West. Throws it to the near corner ahead to Goldsworthy. Goldsworthy has it. In the near corner now, forced to retreat. Goes behind the net. Comes out on the left side. Popped up into the air into the far corner. The penalty is over, and the teams are back at full and equal strength. Led out by Hextall to Pitt Martin. He dumps it over the blue line. A rolling puck to the stick of Gilbert, and he puts it into the near corner, taken by Eddie Westfall. Eddie Westfall for the East, leading it out to Berenson to the center line, led on the right wing at the hot blue line, brought over a little bit too late on the deflection. Whistle blows offside against the East. You know, it hasn't been all the East in spite of the fact that they're leading 1-0, because Gilbert has been called on to make a couple of outstanding saves to prevent the West from scoring. Oh, we've got a great hockey game here tonight. 1-0 right now, the East. From the face-off outside the west blue line, Plager has it, wheeling around out to center ice. Plager from the center line flips it down into the east zone. Into the near corner, digging for it, Westfall, given to Hextall behind the net. Hextall going to the far corner, wants to center to somebody. Instead, drops it back into the far corner. Poke that back to Hextall. Hextall leading on the right wing, nobody there. Goldsworthy dropping it back to Plager at the near point. Plager moving on closer, winding his shot, broken up as he got it underway and taken by Westfall. Westfall leads it out to center ice, intended for Schmartz, overled. Poked away and picked up by Orley. Orley to Hextall, can't hold it to center line. Berenson has it for the East. To Westfall, back to Berenson, over the blue line. Moving into the slot, dropping it back to the point. And Dallas Smith, poked away from him by Hextall and picked off the near board by Goldsworthy. Leaves to the far side and brought out by Orley. Orley to the center line, to the blue line of the East. But his play is broken, and Hextall has the loose puck at the blue line of the West. Leads it off the far board. Led ahead to the blue line of the East, but poked right back out to center ice. Taken by Johnston. Johnston off the far board, dropping it back to the blue line of the West. Now here's Orley, leading it into the near corner of the East Division. Stopped behind the net by Gilbert, and Westfall is there. Westfall leading ahead, taken by Schmartz at the blue line. Schmartz with Henri Richard open on the right wing, over the blue line. His shot, he slammed on it. Picked up by Bobby Clark. For the West, over the blue line of the left wing. And he gives on the slot shot, and here's a quick shot and a save by Gilbert. What a fine save that time by Gilbert, as Joe Watson got the shot underway after a fine drop pass from Bobby Clark. The NHL All-Star Game is coming to you from the Chicago Stadium in Chicago, Illinois. The score, the East 1, the West 0.
For another thrill, come to Sukasa tonight after the hockey game. Or have dinner at Sukasa before the next game that you go to. This prize-winning restaurant at 49 East Ontario Street has the greatest Mexican food and drinks anywhere. A doorman will be glad to park your car. A Mexican guitarist will serenade you. Come to Sukasa now. You'll love it. For the 4-game reservations, call
4041.
The upcoming face-off to the right of Gilbert in the east zone. Clark and Henri Richard. The draw to Goldsworthy. A quick shot is deflected away to the right side. Now led to Martin. Martin brings it out to Henri Richard in the pass to center ice outside the blue line. A long shot, and it went wide to the left side. Pulled out of there by Van Impe behind the net. Intended for McDonald. Deflected at the blue line by Brad Park and put back deep into the west zone. And behind the net. Watson leads to the near side. Ahead to Van Impe and to McDonough. Out to center ice and Bobby Clark. Bobby Clark to the blue line of the east. Is checked on the near board. Loose puck to Richard. Poked into the near corner. And to the backboard. McDonough digging for it along with Park. Behind the net. And into the far corner. Still digging for it, McDonald. And also McDonough. And still in the far corner of the east zone. The puck is still free. And now it is kick free. Picked up by Henri Richard behind the net. And Richard starts it out ahead. Leads to the far side to Brad Park. Out of the near side and Potvin. Potvin out to center ice. Skating it to the blue line and pokes it off the far board. Into the west zone. Into the far corner they go, and a lot of shoving and holding going on. The puck into the near corner now. Of the west zone, taken by Eddie Van Impe for the west and led out to center ice. Intercepting is Brad Park for the east. To Potvin. Over the Hawk blue line on the left wing. Gets by Tappan. Into the near corner. Tries to center. Deflected away by McDonald. But picked up by Martin. Martin with a shot deflected by the stick of Van Impe, and it sails over the glass in the far corner and up into the crowd. Lucky it did. He had a good shot right off the left wing and then fairly close. So we're getting a change of lines now with the score still. The Eastern All-Stars 1, the Western All-Stars nothing. The All-Star game being held at the Chicago Stadium here in the great city of Chicago. Boy, is this place mob. Bowman and Martin on the face-off to the right of Perron. It goes to Cournoyer, a backhander, and a goal! Beautiful stick handling by Cournoyer as he picked up the puck right after the face-off to the right of Perron. He moved into the slot. He faked his shot from the slot. He drew Perron out, and Perron was completely out of position, and Cournoyer continued on short right wing, then backhanded into the open net. And the East leads the West by a score of 2-0. We have 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in the initial period, and now it is 2-0 the East. Two of the big guns have scored goals, Mohanovich and Cournoyer. On the face-off at center ice, the draw back into the east zone. Taken to the far side by Guay-Bramante, dumps it into the west zone. Near corner, picked up by Papin. Drops it off the near board, intercepted by Allman. His centering pass poked away by Bill White, picked up by Allman again. A backhander and a save by Perron, and Perron juggles it for a second and then holds on.
East All-Star goal is second in All-Star play by number 12, Ivan Cournoyer. Assisted by number 9, Norm Ullman, at 16:20.
So Ullman got the assist on that goal by Cournoyer, and it is 2-0 now, the East.
And the face-off in the west zone. The draw off the near board to Papin. Out to center ice to Martin. Back to Papin to Dennis Hall. Over the center line. Dennis Hall winding a long shot and a save by Gilbert, and drops it into the near corner. Martin intercepting. His centering pass stolen by Cournoyer. Here he comes 1-on-2. Over the blue line of the West. His skates shattering. Gives to Ullman in the front. Here's a quick pass to Mohanovich, and Mohanovich missed an open net. Back to the far point. Guay-Bramante, a shot and a save by Perron. The rebound comes to the near board of the west zone. To Robinson, to Mohanovich in the near corner. Centers deflected away by Perron, taken by Dennis Hall. Dennis Hall at the center line. And a long shot is deflected high and way about 30 rows up into the crowd.
The National Hockey League All-Star Game is coming to you from the Chicago Stadium in Chicago, Illinois. The score, the East 2, the West nothing.
A fine point man on the power play is worth a lot. Sure, he has to have a great slap shot, one that's usually on goal. But he's also got to have fast reflexes, because when the other team tries to clear, the point man's got to keep the puck in the attacking zone. A fine beer is worth a lot, too. So you reach for a Hamm's whenever you can, because Hamm's is born wet and clear, born in the land of sky blue waters. Hamm's, it's the beer you've been looking for. Theodore Hamm's Company, St. Paul, Minnesota. And from the face-off, the puck in the Eastern Division zone, poked out the center ice, taken by Stan Nikita. Makita drops it back deeper into the west zone. Onto the near side now, and taken by Plager. Plager leading to Makita, but the pass was deflected away. Makita went over the line when the puck finally came in, and it is offside against the Western Division.
Lloyd and I were just looking at our stat sheet for the All-Star game and noticing Perrant with 10 shutouts this year. He's been outstanding all season long.
An outstanding goal against average also of 1.83, but he's down by 2 to the east. And the play in the eastern zone led to Esposito. He's out to the center line, to the west blue line. Esposito, a quick wrist shot, and a save by Perrant, and Perrant holds on as Kenny Hodge was coming in from the right wing looking for the drop puck.
Esposito gave that little maneuver with his stick as though he was faking a pass and then let go with a hard shot. And now the face-off is going to be to the left of the goal.
And the draw into the far corner of the west zone. Digging for it, Ori along with Cashman. And a loose puck picked up by Hodge. Gives to Cashman on the side of the net. Centered, intended for Hodge. Broken up by Unger. Picked up by Makita. And here comes the West 3-on-2. Makita with Unger on the left. And he's got Barry on the right. Gives to Barry. Right wing. Right in front. Save by Gilbert. And no rebound for the West. Picked up by Cashman. Cashman to his blue line. Cashman leading on the right wing to Ken Hodge. At the blue line, a shot from the far point by Hodge and an easy save by Perrant. Led out to Nikita. Nikita to the center line. Nikita to Barry at the blue line. Barry can't hold the pass taken by McKinney. McKinney for the east to Esposito. And the whistle blows on the delayed call. An offside play against the West.
We have a little over a minute and a half left to play in the All-Star Game's first period. We're getting some line changes again down here in front of us. The score is 2-0 in favor of the East.
Mohavelich and Cournoyer have scored for the East. Both, of course, representatives of the Montreal Canadians. From the face-off, Van Impe from center ice for the West. Dumps into the east zone behind the net. Gilbert a little trouble in, holding out of the puck. Drops it behind the net to Brad Park, and Brad Park to Westfall. Led out to center ice. Broken up, however, by Johnston. Picked up by Watson. Watson backhander intercepted by Westfall. Westfall over the blue line. One man to beat. His shot broken up by Van Impe. And no rebound for the East. Taken by Johnston. Thrown off the backboard of the near corner with a minute to play in the period. Goldsworthy to center ice. His play broken up by Berenson. And the East controls. Ed Westfall to the far side, and Bob Schmaltz out to the center line. Bobby Schmaltz leading ahead of the blue line. Nobody there. Intercepted by Van Impe and led out to center ice to Hextall for the West. Over the blue line on the right wing. Tried to lead into the slot to Goldsworthy, but it's broken up by Park and taken by Park to the center line. Park's lead on the right wing. Intercepted by Johnston for the West. Throws it off the far board. Back out to center ice, and Johnston tries to recover himself. Does. And gives to Hextall. His play broken up. Center ice play along the near board for Van Impe to Hextall to Johnston. Johnston to Hextall. Hextall dropping it back, and the pass missed the connection. It was intended for Johnston. Back comes Westfall over the west blue line. His play broken up by Van Impe. Loose puck to Watson. Watson leaves it out to Goldsworthy to the center line to the blue line. He collides heavily with Potman. They both go down to the loose puck to Westfall with 10 seconds left to play in the first period. Potman from center ice. Gives to Berenson. Berenson to Westfall. Westfall trying to get it to Schmaltz in the slot, but it's intercepted by McDonough for the West and led out to center ice. And there is the horn. The score at the end of the first period here in the Chicago Stadium in Chicago, Illinois, is the East 2, the West nothing.
So here's good news for you hockey fans. In keeping with our constant program of good housekeeping,
in front to Clark. Clark with a shot and a beautiful save by Gilbert. Oh, what a save. Just a tremendous play on the part of the West, but it was broken up completely by Gilbert. What a save that was, Bob.
Lloyd, you're absolutely right. That has to be the save of the night, and we've seen some outstanding saves already, but that was super.
Bobby Clark just couldn't believe that Gilbert could stop that shot. Face off to the right of the goaltender of the East, taken by Esposito, stolen away by McDonald, trying to give it to Clark, can't do it, picked up by Brad Park to the east of the center line, to the blue line, winding, slap shot deflected by the stick of Watson and up into the crowd.
So all of this has taken only 45 seconds of the middle period, the second period, and we're getting some changes, and the play is going to be down here to our right, just inside the blue line of the West.
It'll be Hextall for the West and Esposito for the East. The draw back to the blue line and out to center ice. Potvin retreats for the East into his own zone and leads it back to center ice and Phil Esposito. Esposito wheeling around in his own zone. Starts moving it out to his blue line. Gets by one to the center line. Esposito to the blue line of the West. Carries to the far board and throws it into the far corner. Stopped behind the net by Perrott for Burroughs. Burroughs throws to the far corner and rebounds out to center ice. And Potvin retreats for the East into his own zone. Potvin skates in front of his own net. Carries toward the near board. Leads it ahead intended for Hodge. Hodge has it. Dumps it to the West zone far corner. Bill White retreats. Picks it up for the West and flips it off the near board for Johnston. Johnston backhands out to center ice, but there is Potvin again to intercept. Brings it over the blue line, carrying toward the far board. Gives to Esposito, short left wing. This play broken up by Bill White. Into the far corner, Cashman pokes it behind the net. Being checked by Hextall. It's along the near board. Still in the West zone. Back to the near point and poked out by Johnston. Intercepted by Esposito at center ice. Retreats inside his own blue line, wheeling around. Being forechecked by Johnston. He gives to Park. Park to his blue line. Park leading off the near board to the blue line of the West. And to Hodge. Hodge tries to get a one-hander away, but he was well checked by Burroughs. The puck behind the West net. Now poked into the far corner, and Goldsworthy can't hold it. Esposito pokes at it. And it's finally picked up by Johnston in the near corner and off the near board, taken by Hextall to his blue line, down the near board. His lead intended for Bill White at center ice, but it was deflected away and taken by Kenny Hodge, and Hodge returns it to West ice. Skids to the backboard, and Hextall behind the net throws it around the near corner, intended for Johnston. He can't hold it. It's deflected out to center ice. And now picked up there by Robinson, and Robinson gives to Ullman. Ullman leading into the slot, intended for Cournoyer. It turns out to be on the stick of Perrott. Poke now into the near corner, rebounds along the near board of the West zone to Hextall at center ice. Hextall leading to Goldsworthy over the blue line. He has one man to beat on the right wing. He is taken out of the play. The loose puck in the near corner. Trying to get it back to the near point. He does. Already with a shot and a save by Gilbert. The rebound into the near corner to Goldsworthy. Goldsworthy drops it to Hextall along the backboard. Hextall brings it out. Nobody there at the blue line, and Ori has it at center ice, and the West has to clear. And intercepted at center ice by Ullman to the blue line of the West. Ullman into the slot, leading on the left wing, intended for Mahavlich over lead. Into the far corner. Center deflected all the way back to the near point. Here's the shot by Quavermont that's broken up by Ori. Into the far corner, Mahavlich trying to center to Ullman. That play is broken up. Taken by Pappen. Pappen leading to Dennis Hull off the near board at center ice. Dennis Hull leading to Martin under his stick over the blue line, picked up by Robinson in the far corner. And thrown off the far board. Trying to keep it in was Plager, but he was unsuccessful. It came out. He brought it back in too soon, offside against the West. The NHL All-Star Game is coming to you from the Chicago Stadium in Chicago, Illinois. The score, the East 2, the West nothing.
Gunzo Sports Center at 7706 West Madison Street in River Forest, Illinois, has been selected as the exclusive franchise dealer for all Blackhawk items. Gunzo's has a complete selection of all hockey equipment bearing the official Blackhawk crest. Stop by soon. See the vast array of hockey equipment now available at Gunzo's. That's 7706 West Madison Street in River Forest, Illinois.
Ullman and Pitt Martin will face off outside the East blue line on the far side of the rink. 2-0 in favor of the East. We are early in the second period. The draw back into the East zone, taken by Robinson, given to the near side, and Quavermont. Quavermont leading ahead to Ullman over lead, into the West zone to the far corner. Touched by Jimmy Pappen as it crossed the goal line. The pass came from the east side of the center line all the way over the West goal line. That is an icing call against the East.
3.5 minutes have gone by in the second period, and the West All-Stars are still trying to turn on that red light. The East leads by a score of 2-0, and that's the score right at this point.
Ullman and Martin on the face-off to the right of Gilbert. The draw picked up by Martin off the near board to the near point, and Ori poked away from him by Cournoyer. Out to center ice and Plager for the West. Backhands to Pappen over the blue line. Right wing lead into the slot intended for Dennis Hull. Broken up by Quavermont and led to Mahavlich out to center ice. His pass under led to Ullman, and it's broken up by Ori. Ori picks it up at the West blue line and drops it back to Plager. Plager in the West zone. Leads it off the near board out to center ice intended for Dennis Hull. Taken away by Quavermont. To Cournoyer. The pass over led, and Dennis Hull has it for the West. Goes behind the West net. Dennis Hull skating it out on the right side, trying to move out to center ice, runs into Mahavlich, loose puck to Ullman. Ullman put down by Dennis Hull on the puck, off the far board at center ice. Almost intercepted by Jimmy Pappen. Now Mahavlich has it to center line. to the blue line. On the right wing, Frank Mahalovich trying to drop it back for Allman, but he couldn't make the pass complete. Into the near corner, led by Allman to Cournoyer, intended for Mahalovich on short left wing. The pass was just a little bit overled, and Mahalovich tries to center from the far corner, deflected over the boards and into the crowd.
Well, the West was lucky that pass was just out of the reach of Frank Mahalovich, who got the first goal here tonight. The second goal for the East was scored by Cournoyer. Man, he is a tough man around that net, Lloyd, when he gets that puck on his stick.
Also, when he finds that loose puck, and he comes in one-on-one, Cournoyer, one of the fastest, quickest men in the game, he's an awfully difficult man to stop. From the face-off, the puck to center ice and Unger. Unger to Makita. Makita trying to get by the blue line, poked away from him by McKinney. Back to center ice, taken by Watson. Watson for the West to the far side of Van Imp. Van Imp at the center line. He flips it into the east zone. Around the far corner, stopped behind the net by Gilbert. Gives to McKinney behind the net. Leads it ahead, intended for Westfall. Broken up by Makita, taken by Van Imp. The shot broken up before it got to the goaltender. Makita in the far corner. Along the backboard. Throws it in the near corner, but McKinney is there for the East. And he leads it out. Broken up by Watson. Led into the slot. Makita can't get it on the backhand. Deflected away by Smith. Back to the blue line. Kept in by Van Imp. He centers, but it's stolen by Dallas Smith and led to Westfall at the center line. To the blue line of the West. Poked away by Watson. Picked up by Unger and given to Watson. Out the center ice. Checked by Berenson. Along the near board to the blue line of the East. Taken by Schmaltz in East zone. Picked up now by Westfall. Off the far board to Berenson at the center line. Berenson moving to the blue line of the West. Carrying toward the near side. Dropping it back and dropping it back too far. Out the center ice, McKinney. To Dallas Smith on the far side. And Dallas Smith wrists it down into the near corner of the West zone. Picked up by Watson. And Watson wheeled around, being forechecked by Schmaltz. Gives to Gary Unger, and Unger starts it out. Moving it out of his own zone, dropping it back to Van Imp. Van Imp to his blue line. Van Imp to the center line, and Van Imp a long shot from center ice and a save by Gilbert. Drops it off to Westfall. He's checked by Unger in the near corner, and Schmaltz pokes it behind the net into the far corner, and Dallas Smith. Dallas Smith is checked there. Picked up by Makita. Makita on the side of the net. Goes behind the net. Wants to center. He does it. What a shot! And a goal! Beautiful magician work by Stan Makita as he carried around the far corner behind the net. Moved into the side of the net from the near side. He put the perfect pass off the corner of the crease, and there was Jimmy Pappin. And Jimmy Pappin poked it by Gilbert into the net. The West is on the board to score. The East 2, the West 1. And the face-off at center ice, Richard and Clark. The draw to the West. Bill White has it at the center line. Almost stolen away from him by Martin. But poked by White to the blue line, but intercepted by Potvin. He dumps it into the near corner of the West zone. It rebounds to the stick of Perrott. Picked up by Burroughs. Goes into the far corner. Intercepted by Martin. Off the far board. Dropped back to the blue line at Potvin. Potvin, a shot. Deflected and knocked down. Taken by Bill White. In the far corner. Leads to the near side, intended for Burroughs. However, it's broken up there by Redmond. But his pass in the slot is intercepted. Deflected away from by Bobby Clark into the far corner and Bill White. Along the far board to McDonald, but still in the West zone. Led into the slot from the far point, deflected into the near corner and taken by McDonald. McDonald for the West, throws into the far corner and stopped off the far board, picked up by Clark. Clark out to his blue line, gives to McDonald. McDonald to the center line, McDonald to the blue line of the East. Gives to the far point for McDonald, but his pass, intended for Clark, was deflected to the far board and poked away by Clark into the far corner. McDonald's centering pass comes through the crease. And Burroughs tries a shot from the near board. Deflected away. Taken by Bobby Clark. Bobby Clark at the near point. Being checked from the side. Puts it into the near corner to McDonald, and he can't make the connection into Potvin. Dumps it to the far point and Bill White. Bill White to McDonald. McDonald's pass intercepted, and back comes the East 2-on-2. Martin over the blue on the left wing as Bill White to beat. Takes the shot. Deflected by the stick of Bill White up over the glass and into the crowd. Right now this game moving along at a very, very fast pace. The National Hockey League All-Star Game is coming to you from the Chicago Stadium in Chicago, Illinois. The score, the East 2, the West nothing.
Looking for a new car today is a little like playing Goldilocks and the Three Bears. This one's too big, this one's got a car, GM, and for a station at GMO.
We're getting set now for the face-off in the West zone, which is down here to our right on the far side of the ice, to the goalie's right.
And we've had the correction on the goal. It was Bob Berry's goal, assisted by Makita at 5:59 for the West. And from the face-off, a quick shot from the side, and Perrott makes the save, and he holds on. It was Berry's first All-Star game goal, assisted by Makita at 5:59. 2-1 in favor of the East. Just a little more than 7 minutes gone here in the second period, and the West makes some changes, bringing on Hextall, Goldsworthy, Johnston.
You know, Lloyd, his team, Bob Berry's team, the LA Kings, are one of the really improved teams in the National Hockey League this year. They've been playing great hockey.
They're coming on, there's no doubt about that. A lot of equalizer kind of play being put out recently by Los Angeles. And we're ready now for the face-off in the west zone to the left of Perrott. The draw back, won by Richard to the blue line. Potvin, his shot broken up to the stick of Johnston, but he couldn't hold it to center ice and back to the east zone. And Brad Park intercepted by Hextall. Hextall in the near corner, trying to center it out, intercepted by Henri Richard. Carries into the far corner. Henri Richard put down on the far board, and we have a penalty coming up. A penalty call coming up. It looks like Hextall is going to go for tripping Henri Richard. That's what it is.
And that is only I believe, the second penalty of the night here in this All-Star game, and it's a nice close affair right now. The East leading the West by a score of 2-1 in the second period.
You're right, Bob. The second penalty in the game. Here's the announcement.
22, Dennis Hextall, 2 minutes for tripping at 7:42.
The only other penalty in the game went against the West in the first period. That's when Chicago's Pitt Martin went for tripping at 11:17. We have no power play goals as yet. And the face-off outside the East blue line, and right from the face-off, a shot on Gilbert, and he turns it away and drops it behind the net. And taken by Guevremont, coming out on the right side. Guevremont moving it out slowly. He's out to his blue line, to the center line, flips it off the near board into the west zone. From the near corner to the stick of Perrott, both behind the net to Goldsworthy. Goldsworthy gives to Unger in the far corner, and Unger returns to the near corner, and Ori. Don Ori wants to freeze it in the near corner of the west zone, is successful in doing so. Face-off in the west ice.
We have a little under 12 minutes left to play in the period, and we're getting some changes now on the ice. The benches are right underneath our broadcasting point of vantage here at the Chicago Stadium. Boy, what an array of stars, Lloyd. I bet these coaches would like to keep them all put on their own uniforms.
Yeah, it's really something to see. That's, I suppose, 80% of the thrill of an all-star game. From the face-off, back to blue line. Brad Park, a shot off the post. To the right of Perrott. Back to Brad Park. Another shot. And deflected away off the near board. The Guevremont at the near point. Gives to Hodge in the near corner. A shot goes through the crease. Back to Brad Park. Another shot is broken up by Goldsworthy. Another shot is wide to the right side. Rebounds off the near board. Unger tries to clear. Kept in by Guevremont. And his lead deflected back out to center ice. 1 minute and 5 seconds left on the penalty to the West's Hextall for tripping. Power play hockey for the East. The puck at center ice, Brad Park. To the near side, Guevremont returns to Park. Park on the far side of the center line. Brad Park leading on the left wing to Esposito over the blue line. Esposito leading on the right wing to Guevremont. Guevremont returning to Esposito along the near board. Carries into short right wing. Esposito centers, but it's intercepted by Unger. Unger wheels around and clears off the near board. 35 seconds left on the penalty to the West. The East power play moving out. To the center line, Brad Park leading on the right wing to Esposito. The pass was deflected, and the whistle blows offside against the East at the blue line of the West. So the score here, as we near the midway point of the second period, is still the East All-Stars 2 and the West All-Stars 1. The jam-packed Chicago Stadium is the scene of this 27th annual All-Star game. And the draw from the blue line back into the west zone, far corner. Bill White winds up and he clears to center ice. Guevremont for the East at his blue line. Straight away to the center line, leading to Hodge on the right wing over the blue line of the West. Hodge centers into the slot, goes all the way through to the far corner. Cashman wants to get it to Esposito, can't do it. Intercepted by Kaplan, intended for Martin, but overled. Martin over the blue line, along the near board, dropping it back to the near point. And Ori puts it back in the near corner behind the net to Martin. Martin centers in front, intended for Kaplan, but he could not hold the pass. The penalty is over. The teams are back at full and equal strength. And the East comes back. Cashman into the far corner. Dropping it back, broken up by Martin. Dick Martin skates it out to the blue line, to the center line. Martin to the blue line of the East, and the whistle blows. The West offside.
Well, the offside, as it does many, many times, nullified an opportunity. The National Hockey League All-Star Game is coming to you from the Chicago Stadium in Chicago, Illinois. The score, the East 2, the West 1.
And now, as planned, with the clock reading almost exactly at the halfway mark of the second period, both clubs are making their goaltender changes. Dryden coming on for the East, and of course Tony Esposito for the West. And you can understand, fans, this being the Chicago Stadium and the home of the Chicago Blackhawks, this outstanding goaltender for the Blackhawks, Tony Esposito, coming on. And Bob, he came on to a standing ovation and well-deserved.
All-Stars, number 30, Dave Dryden. Now playing goal for the West All-Stars, number 35, Tony Esposito.
The National Hockey League All-Star Game is coming to you from the Chicago Stadium in Chicago, Illinois. The score, the East 2, the West 1.
Finally, a caught up for John Lenox.
The Eastern players and the Western players are taking shots on goal to give their new goalies an opportunity to limber up a little bit and to feel at home in the net. And now they're skating by the goalie and tapping him on the pads. Good luck to him. And we've got a great hockey game going here, and we certainly hope that you're enjoying it wherever you may be listening. The score is 2-1 in favor of the East.
Dave Dryden of Buffalo is no stranger to the Chicago Stadium ice. He was with the Chicago Blackhawks for a couple of years back in 67, 68, and the season of 68 and 69. And Tony Esposito, of course, so outstanding all these years, holding the National Hockey League record for shutouts in one season at 15. The face-off outside the East blue line, the draw to center ice, and Bill White dumps it into the East zone, stopped behind the net by Dryden for McKinney. McKinney checked from the rear, broken up by Martin, and Dennis Hull almost got a shot away. Burroughs keeps it in the near point, throws it around the near corner. It slides along the dasher to the far board, and the East Dallas Smith gives it ahead to Mahavlich. His pass at center ice broken up, but taken finally by Ullman. Ullman off the far board. Leading on the right wing to Frank Mahavlich, and he tips it into the west zone, into the near corner. Burroughs and Mahavlich dig for the puck, and they freeze it on the near corner of the west zone. Whistle blows, face-off in west ice.
We have just gone by the halfway point in the second period, and we have 9.5 minutes left to play. With the East 2, the West 1.
Face-off will be to the left of Tony Esposito, Martin and Ullman. And the draw to no one at the moment. A loose puck poked out by Dennis Hull, picked up by Hull. He's out to the center line. Hull to the blue line, trying to break through. Hull carries in the left wing, deflected away from him. Poked out by Papin, but cleared away by Mahavlich to Cournoyer. He's 1-on-2. To the west blue line, spreading him out on the far side, leads into the slot, but Burroughs is there for the West. And led out to center ice by Jimmy Papin, and on the interception is McKinney. To Dallas Smith in the east zone. To the near side of McKinney. McKinney's pass broken up by Papin, but he's checked away in the play. McKinney has the puck. To the center line. Leads to the Hawk blue line, and Ullman led ahead to Mahavlich. Mahavlich a shot and a save by Esposito, and Esposito holds on.
What a save. Big Frank Mahavlich bearing right down on him on left wing. He let that puck go from about 8 or 9 feet away. And Tony Esposito has just made his first big save for the All-Stars West. We have a 2-1 game in favor of the East.
Face off to the right of Esposito, Makita, and Ullman. The draw to the far corner. Ullman from the backboard puts it to the side of the crease, cleared away by Esposito and picked up by McDonough. to Unger. Unger to the blue line. Long lead at center ice on the right wing. Intended for Berry. But under left, Nikita steals, leads it over the blue line on the deflection to the side of the net, and Dryden clears at the far corner, and Nikita brings it around the far corner behind the net. McKinney is there for the east. Along the near boy to Cournoyer, leads it out to Mahavlich at center ice. Mahavlich one-on-one over the blue line, winding a shot, and a save by Esposito, and he clears it into the near corner. Two fine saves by Esposito, both of them to beat the great Frank Mahavlich. Center ice play for Nikita, checked by Ullman, forced to retreat to his blue line. To the center line for the West, leading on the right wing to Unger. Unger leading it ahead to Nikita, short right wing, poked away by Dryden off the side of the net into the far corner as Nikita was put down by McKinney, and the crowd wants a call against the East. There will be none. The puck frozen on the backboard, face-off will be to the left of Dryden.
We're getting some changes now for the East All-Stars, who are in orange, with the West in white. And it's been a great game. The scorers have been Mihailovic and Cournoyer, and for the West, it's been Bob Berry of the LA Kings.
Face off to the left of Dryden. Unger and Berenson. The draw won by Berenson. In the slot, broken up by Nikita. Loose puck to the far board of the east zone, taken by Westfall. Poked away by Berry. Picked up by Unger. Unger at the far point into the slot to Berry. To Nikita. Nikita tries it. Tipped in. It's wide. And the save by Dryden. The puck came right back into the crease, and two players and Dryden piled up on it.
Mighty fine play by Dryden, who is the regular goalie for the Buffalo Club. And so the puck having been smothered, the face-off stays in the zone, and they're down here in front of us on the near side, just to our left.
Berenson for the east, Nikita for the west. And the draw to the near board, picked up by Schmartz. Throws it back in the near corner, taken there by Guavermont, thrown behind the net to Robinson. Robinson in the far corner, being checked from the rear by Berry. Loose puck rolls out the center ice, taken by Berenson. Here comes the east, 2-on-2. Berenson, right wing lead to Schmartz, the shot, and a tremendous save by Esposito again. And the puck is cleared back to center ice and into the east zone. Oh, what a show the Chicago goaltender has put on since he came on. 3 incredible saves in a row. Both on Mahavlich, but this time on Bobby Schmartz, who had him all alone. Center ice play for the east, broken up by Flager, taken by Unger. Unger can't hold it, stolen by Berenson. Back to the east blue line, over the line, on the right wing along the near board, drops it back. Unger intercepts, and Unger flips it out to center ice, and Robinson is on it for the east. Gives to the near side of Guavermont. Guavermont to the far side, back to Robinson and out to center ice, and taken by Berenson and dumped into the far corner of the west zone. Picked up by Flager for the west. Coming out on the left side. Flager moving it out to center ice. His pass over the stick of Clark at the blue line. Clark can't bring it in because McDonough would have been offside. So it's back now to the blue line of the west. Thrown off the near board. Don Ory, a long shot from center ice. Dryden makes the save and leaves it for Robinson. He pokes it behind the net. Into the near corner to Guavermont. Guavermont for the east to Schmartz. Schmartz out to center ice, being checked by Clark. Schmartz carries over the blue line, but he was checked far enough by Clark, so he could not control the puck, and it's back to center ice. Off the near board. Stolen by McDonough for the west. McDonough leads to McDonald, and Lowell McDonald puts it down into the east zone into the near corner. Guavermont is there along with Clark. Guavermont puts it to the far corner. McDonough is there for the west. To Clark. Clark trying to drop it back to McDonough in the far corner. He's checked away by Robinson. Picked up by Clark. Clark trying to center now. He does. Right out in front. Deflected away. Up the side of the net. A backhand for the goal. Stick handling that Bobby Clark went through. He beautifully gained control of the puck behind the net, and he sent it out from the side, and there was Al McDonald to poke it past Dryden into the net. And we have a tie hockey game. The East 2, the West 2. And the center ice face off the draw, back into the west zone at the blue line. Watson from center ice trying to flip it into the east zone. Finally does on the deflection, but it's a little bit too late. The whistle blows offside against the West. We pause 5 seconds for station identification.
This is WMAQ, Chicago.
Boy, what a tremendous thrill this tremendous crowd got out of that tying goal. We're all tied up now at 2-2, And we have less than 6 minutes left to play in the second period.
And from the face-off, the puck in the eastern zone, taken by Potvin, led to the far side, intercepted by McDonough. His shot broken up. McDonough intercepted and got a shot away from the right wing, but it was broken up before it got to the goaltender, Dryden. Clark digging for it on the far board, still in the east zone. Now Clark trying to poke it over to the side, can't do it. It's into the far corner to McDonough. McDonough's passed into the slot, nobody there. Redmond deflects it out to center ice, and Van Impe has it for the West. On the near side at center ice to Watson, and Watson flips it down into the east zone, but there's a stick above the shoulder call. Whistle blows, face-off coming up. Here's the announcement on the goal. The NHL All-Star Game is coming to you from the Chicago Stadium in Chicago, Illinois. The score, the East 2, the West 2.
Fans, don't forget, it is now possible to purchase tickets for most home hockey games in quantities of 20 of call 5 to now. That's 7.
From the face-off, a quick offside at the west blue line against the east. So we'll have a face-off outside the west blue line on the far side of the rink. Esposito for the east and Hextall for the west. The draw into the west zone. Picked up by Burroughs and led ahead intended for Hextall, but just out of his reach. It goes all the way into the far corner of the east zone. Alan Smith taken out of the play by Hextall. Picked up by Goldsworthy. Goldsworthy, a shot from the side, and it's off the side of the net. Picked up by McKinney. McKinney dumps it to Esposito at the center line. Leading on the left wing. Intended for Cashman. Broken up by Bill White. And the puck to McDonough off the far board. McDonough just up on his skates after going down. The puck into the far corner. And 3 players digging for it. It goes behind the net. Ken Hodge digging for it. Takes a check from Burroughs. Loose puck taken by Hextall for the West. Ahead to Johnston. Johnston's pass deflected and picked up by Burroughs and led to Goldsworthy. At the center line, and Goldsworthy flips it into the east zone far corner. Along the backboard, Cashman digging for it along with Hextall. Loose puck is poked out to Ken Hodge. Hodge leads to Esposito on the left wing at the blue line of the center line. Esposito at the blue line of the West. Drop back to Dallas Smith. The shot, a save by Esposito. The rebound to Hextall. Hextall leading on the left wing to Johnston. Johnston out to center ice. Over the blue line. Along the near board into the near corner. He centers with one hand, but nobody there for the West. Picked up by Cashman for the East. Wayne Cashman to his blue line, to the center line. Cashman moving to the blue line of the West. And gets the check there. Loose puck into the near corner. Taken away by Ory. And Ory leads the West out of their own zone. Ory to his blue line. Out to the center line. He leads to Pitt Martin. Martin over the blue line along the near board. Martin wanting to center. Brings it to the far point. Here's Plager. Plager winding a long shot. Broken up by Dallas Smith for the East and led out to Mahavlich to the center line. To Esposito. The East 3-on-2. Right wing play. Ken Hodge to Mahavlich on the left wing. Broken up nicely by Plager. And the puck taken by Tappan to Martin. To the blue line, to the center line. And Martin dumps it to the near corner. Here's Dennis Hall with a shallow angle shot, but Braithmont is there to deflect it up over the glass and into the stand. Boy, what a load of talent on the ice here tonight at the Chicago Stadium. Just all these great names, as Lloyd is calling them off. And a tremendous crowd watching a game that doesn't come around to a city very often. I guess now, Lloyd, with expansion and everything else, it'll be what, about once every 20 years? Well, not quite that long, but as of this moment, if we considered it, would be once every 17 years, but we know that we have further expansion coming up, Bob, so you're right. Eventually, it'll be 18, 19, 20 years before an All-Star game comes back to your own hometown. So when you have the opportunity, be sure and get out to see it. Maybe the score doesn't mean too much, but just the thrill of seeing all of these outstanding players representing all of the teams in the NHL is enough for the price of admission. The face-off in the east zone. The draw to Cournoyer. Look at him fly. Out to the center line. Cournoyer to the blue line on the left wing. He drops it to Mahavlich. Mahavlich a shot, and again Esposito makes the save. To Martin off the near board to Papin. To Martin. Center ice play. Martin leading to Dennis Hall. It's under his stick. And into the east zone. Popped up into the air. Along the near board. Dennis Hall digs for it. Now back to the near point. Here's Ory with a shot that's turned away by Dryden. It would have been off the mark to the right side. And Mahavlich from his own zone dumps it the length of the ice, all the way down into the near corner of the West Division team, and the whistle blows an icing call against the East. We have about 2 minutes and 50 seconds to play in the second period with the game tied at 2-2. We're getting some changes now. A number of changes for the West All-Stars. The play is going to be in the east zone, which is to our left. Allman and Unger on the face-off. Allman representing the East, and Unger, of course, the West. Here's a quick shot by Van Impe from the far point. Broken up, taken by Allman to his blue line. To the center line, Allman to the blue line of the West. Moving into the slot. Here's check there. Now Mahalovich picks up the loose puck, drops it back to the blue line. Here's a shot. Back way from out wide to the right side. Rebounds to the far board. Robinson with a shot, and it's off the side of the net, and Esposito reaches around to the glove and smothers it on the side. With the orange shirts all around, Esposito wasn't taking any chances to get down in a hurry and smothered that puck. So the face-off will be in the West zone, with the game tied at Chicago 2-2. Couple of great centermen, Nikita and Allman on the face-off. The draw to Van Impe in the far corner, gives it to the near corner to Watson. Watson along the near board, still in the West zone. Looks to the far side and hits Van Impe at his blue line. He's out to center ice, leading to Nikita. Tipped at the blue line by Nikita, but intercepted by Guay-Vermont for the East. Guay-Vermont down the near board, out to his blue line, to the center line. Checked by Nikita, flips it into the West zone. Round the near corner, stopped behind the net by Esposito for Watson. Now Watson coming out on the left side, leads ahead to Unger. Unger out to his blue line, to the center line along the near board. Gives to Nikita over the blue line, and Nikita carries to the far board. Nikita on the right wing, leading it back into the slot. Here's Unger with a shot, and a save by Clarkson. The rebound into the near corner. Unger again with a shot broken up by Robinson. Mahalovich picks it up off the far board, and it's led out to center ice. To Cournoyer, double line pass. Whistle blows offside against the East, but oh man, was Ivan Cournoyer flying, or was he not? Boy, he was flying into that West zone like a streak of lightning. Man, what a hockey player he is. You know, the Blackhawks last year got into the finals with Montreal, and Lloyd, we won't soon forget Cournoyer, especially that one goal he made, and a puck hit a stick and bounced up over, hit the ice, and fell in front of the net, and he was coming in. Remember that one?
Yes, I sure do.
And there's another guy on the ice tonight that we won't forget from last year's Stanley Cup Final, and that's that number 16 representing the Montreal Canadians, the defending Cup champions. That, of course, would be Henri Richard. A 2-2 hockey game. We have 1 minute and 47 seconds left to play in the second period. The East and the West in the 27th Annual All-Star Game. Lloyd Pettit reporting along with Bob Elston. We're having fun. We hope that you are, too. Dryden in the nets for the East. Esposito in the nets for the West, and since Esposito came on at the halfway mark of the second period to replace Bernie Ferrant, he has been nothing short of absolutely sensational. From the face-off in the East zone, the draw picked up by Bobby Schmartz for the East. Out to center ice, gives to Berenson. Berenson to the Hawk loop, to the blue line, trying to get by Bill White. He did, but lost control of the puck. Now along the backboard, Berenson trying to set a loose puck off the corner of the crease. Poked away and swept out to center ice by Burroughs, and we have a penalty coming up against the East.